and people have made very good money with those stocks. When is a good time to get out? Probably now.
Hey guys, welcome back to Library of Wealth. Today we hear from Mexican billionaire Ricardo Salinas Pliego as he gives us his prediction for Bitcoin for 2022. In what he calls a failing financial system, Salinas discusses how Bitcoin will outlast the fiat money system as the value of the dollar continues to decline. Although the future markets may have played a role in some of Bitcoin's recent price volatility, decreasing fiat currencies will eventually act as a catalyst for Bitcoin to rise. He predicts Bitcoin's market cap will overtake gold once it becomes a preferred store of value. Ricardo Salinas talks about how the de-dollarization of fiat money, as well as the surge in money printing, will affect Bitcoin's future. Let's listen to the interview as he gives his prediction for Bitcoin and for the current financial market. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you like the content we do here on this channel. Let's get right into the video.
I was very much aware of the fact that fiat money is basically a fraud.
Okay.
And the way out was through hard asset investments, mainly gold as the most liquid one. However, this new thing comes up, it's Bitcoin, and at first it becomes a toy, and then it becomes a real asset with a value that you can trade it, and people are willing to buy it and sell it. So naturally it attracted my attention, a few years ago. And then we did really well on that investment. So of course you want to come back for more, right?
Yes, exactly. Well, I mean, you said naturally, but I think there are many gold bucks, who look at Bitcoin and they don't really like it.
They hate it. It's not made for that.
Yeah.
It's like you couldn't go to a grocery store and pay with a gold coin, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. That doesn't mean it's not money. It doesn't mean it's not a store of value. It's just not used for that. I think that the number one application that you can see out of Bitcoin, it is unseizable, okay? And that's very important because we don't realize that all our fiat money, everything we have in fiat, is 100% seizable by the government.
Yeah.
People don't realize this, okay? Yeah. But that's the fact.
That's a fact. Yeah.
Your money in the bank, and we have bank, can be frozen or confiscated or taken away. And number two, it has this amazing property that you can transfer it instantaneously from one place of the world to another.
The central bank's demise, combined with the printing of money, will inevitably lead to a collapse. He explains how he determines the path Bitcoin will take and what the crypto market will look like very soon.
So it really doesn't matter if you're using it to pay for some coffee.
You said it yourself. I mean, with a silver coin, you had something tangible,
Yes.
something that, and that's
Yes.
also an argument that's usually brought against
Yes.
Bitcoin, And I can imagine that people in here, Mexico, coming from the informal cash economy where
Yes.
cash is king, how will they ever fathom this, understand that Bitcoin is still to be taken seriously, even though you cannot hold anything except for a wallet or a key
Right.
or,
Right.
How does that work?
Well, most people have access to digital money. Like, for example, this is a super app of Banco Azteca. It's 100% digital money. You put in some cash or you transfer from a credit account and then you have your digital money and then you can go around spending your digital money. No big deal. Most people are familiar with credit cards, debit cards, and so then they have access to digital money. It's not a big deal to consider digital fiat money and then step to digital Bitcoin money. But it does require a level of education and sophistication that many people don't have.
Yes.
And that will be changing little by little. More and more people will see the benefits of going digital as opposed to physical. Yeah. And it will change. However, if you're going to go to digital fiat, you're in the worst world possible. Yeah. Because even physical fiat, it's hard to print all these bills. It's hard to lug them around. But with digital, they just click a button and do 9 trillion assets for the Federal Reserve, Yeah. Most people save by buying a house, right? and they don't think twice. They want to have a house, and they think that it's a good investment. They go to the bank, put some money down, and then pay off a loan. I think you should view your savings in Bitcoin kind of like that. Buy an amount, take out a loan.
If somebody has they don't have Bitcoin, not yet, what would you advise? Would you say do it over a couple of months and always buy a little, or do a lump sum, or would now be the time?
Yes, in general, if I just looked at the technical charts, and I do a lot of technical analysis, I think there's a reasonable bottom around 30,000. But I might be wrong. Who knows? It's much better to buy at 35 than at 65.
Yeah.
So I would really be adding every month.
Yeah.
Every month you buy some and buy more and buy more. And this is your savings, until you get to a good amount of savings that you consider reasonable for your financial position.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people usually ask, how much Bitcoin would you need, to actually
it depends.
have
What assets
generational
do you
wealth?
have? Let's say you had 100% of your assets deposited in banks.
Yes,
Huh?
exactly. Yeah.
I would easily take 50% of that and put it into Bitcoin, of my bank deposits.
Yeah.
Why? Because banks deposits are just such a bad asset,
Yeah.
They're going down every year.
Yes, exactly.
Now, if you tell me you have a portfolio of stocks, well, now stocks are very expensive. The last 10 years been zooming through the roof, and people have made very good money with those stocks. When is a good time to get out? Probably now.
Why not buy Dogecoin or any other cryptocurrency?
I hate all those coins because what is the value proposition, There's no value proposition. The people who made them, they pre-mine them, they keep a huge chunk, and then they can inflate them. The number one thing I would look at in terms of crypto is this supply immutable and fixed?
Yes.
And then maybe it has a chance. Like,
This
for
means that
example,
it cannot be
CCAP.
inflated. So
Yes.
that's what's really important. Like, it's a hard cap, and
Exactly.
like
But
Bitcoin.
most of these cryptos don't have a hard cap.
Yeah.
So how
And they're
can
more,
you buy
not
that?
as decentralized enough, and that's why people can change all these facts.
So that takes us to the subject of DeFi, decentralized finance.
Yes.
I mean, it sounds great, but if the governments are going to crack down on something, they'll be on DeFi number one. And number two, they'll do Bitcoin. But DeFi really is a threat to the financial system worldwide because it's totally unregulated.
Yeah,
And,
stable coins,
these
for
priests, they
example.
love to be regulating everybody.
Yeah. Okay. What do you make of stable coins?
Stable coins, there you go. It's a
Probably
digital
not
form.
an investment, right? People who should not invest in stable coins because they're stable. So,
Stablecoin is like the original fiat money, which was supposed to be a receipt for gold on deposit. The original banknote originated like that. I would take my gold to the bank, and the bank would give me a note. And I would then use the note, instead of trading my gold, just trade the note. That's a stablecoin. But what happened with these notes? The banks found out that they could issue more
More of
notes
it.
than they had gold.
The Mexican billionaire believes that the European Central Bank will soon be dissolved and that something else will take its place, and that it won't necessarily be called a crash. He claims it will be rebranded as a reset or bailout, similar to what happened in 2008 with Lehman Brothers and Bear Stearns, which is one of the worst market crashes we've seen in recent history. Despite market volatility, Salinas still sees Bitcoin hitting a minimum of $2 million in the near future. Time will tell how soon these things happen, but what are your thoughts? Do you agree with Ricardo Salinas' forecast for Bitcoin in 2022? Comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Library of Wealth. We'll see you in the next video.